Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Trevor Stewart. Yay! And he wants to know who are my favorite players from past and present seasons of Big Brother Canada and US. That is a very, very big question. I'll start with this season. I'm gonna say definitely Netta. She has had this game sewn up. It's crazy. And I'll also say her partner in crime, John, for the entertainment factor. He's great to watch. For past seasons of Big Brother Canada, I love Peter. Peter's great. Gary, duh. And the US seasons, okay, my Ultimate Grand Supreme favorites. Dr. Will, for obvious reasons. Brittany, obvious reasons. How can you not say Dan Giesling? I don't know. I have a lot of favorites, but I'd have to go back and really I feel like you want to say something.
Rachel.
Rachel after the fact. I kind of wanted to rip her hair out when she was actually on, but now I'm like, yeah! Okay, so actually in her last season I was rooting for her. But anyway, who are your favorite players? Tell me in the comments. And if you want to be house guest of the day, send me a private message. Time's running out. So let's talk about this season right now. Ever since John got out of his solitary confinement punishment, he and Netta have been disagreeing about who should go home this week. When he went into solitary, he was like, yeah, Adele's going home. When he came out, he was like, I feel like Sabrina should go home. I think he had a wake-up call in solitary. He was realizing he's so much safer if Adele is still there. Because if Adele goes home, he's the only guy left. I mean, what are the chances that the three girls are gonna, want to take him anywhere? And then Adele has said, it's you and me, final two. It's you and me. So I mean, it's the smartest move for John, but at the same time, Netta's Adele's going home. She is convinced that Adele would try to get rid of her next week and leave her out of the final three if he stays, which he could do, but I don't know. He's made a lot of decisions in the past that make me think he would take John and Netta to the final three, which is pretty much the stupidest thing you could do, but I kind of see him doing it. I'm not trying to say he's stupid, but I just see him doing it. So I'm wondering, could this be the end of Team Jeddah? I want to cry because neither of them seem to be backing down and they're really butting heads over this. So Netta was talking to Heather and she's like, you know what, I'm going to do what's best for my game. I don't care if John is pissed off at me. I'm not going to jeopardize winning the money for someone that I met 2 months ago or whatever. So, I mean, it's a good point, but still, oh, it's so sad. So, Adele finally got to sleep last night. He completed his 36-hour punishment, staying awake, no sleep. That's rough, but he did it, and that sleep really re-energized him for a full day of campaigning. And I have to say, the more that Adele campaigns to Netta, the more she wants to get rid of him. Because his tactic is to go ahead and say, if you get rid of me this week, I'm going to be the bitterest jury member ever. I'm going to convince everyone to vote for whoever is against you in the final two. You're not winning. So she's like, no. She doesn't want to be pushed around. It's uncomfortable to be threatened by someone. That's not going to work. So I think as annoying as Sabrina's campaigning is, Adele's is even worse. So a little bit of an aside, Big Brother gave the house guests the digital camera today and they were like, take pictures of yourselves treating John like a baby, because he's still in the baby costume. So they had to pretend to burp him and feed him and change that diaper. I wonder if they found his hands in there when they opened it up. But anyway, back to the situation at hand here. Who is going home this week? It seems like John is starting to give in today a little bit. I think Netta and Heather are finally wearing him down. Honestly, there's nothing he can do about it. He's not voting this week. The two votes are Heather and Netta, so whatever they say goes pretty much. So it looks like the girls are going to be voting out Adele. They're going to go ahead with that. And John is just like, all right, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. And he's like, if Sabrina wins HOH, I'm going to be livid. I would be too, but it's whatever. So Heather and Netta go ahead and tell Sabrina that she's staying. And she's like, yay. So then she goes and talks to John about it and is like, you're okay with this, right? And he's not going to say no. So he's like, yeah, but like, he's totally weirded out because earlier John and Netta went to Sabrina and were like, you're safe. So he's kind of like sketched out that Netta had to go with Heather and tell Sabrina without him. And it's like, why would you do that when you already said it? So he's like kind of freaking out. I think he sees the closeness between Heather and Netta and he's getting nervous. So it's going to be a really, really interesting final week. Live eviction tomorrow night, and then it's the final countdown. So until tomorrow, much love.
Edit.